Welcome back everyone to the Elder Scrolls Online with Tamrien, our crafter. We're starting out in front of the Orcs village here, and we are heading on over to solve a mystery. I think we're hoping someone's going to be reasonable. I'm not thinking we're going to have a lot of luck here. Alrighty.
Hit them where it hurts.
Hit them where it hurts. I'm being a bit lazy at the moment. There we go. Looks like we've got some company in the area. That's pretty good. And a little bit of 3 down. Kind of close enough together for it to matter. Oh, of course, they can actually rodents. Well, actually, they're not rodents. They're orcs. Where am I going? I'm searching for Gargak. That looks like Gargak. All right.
What do we have here?
Well, I'm here on behalf of Barkbite Stronghold.
Do you know the Code of Moloch?
I'm
It's a
aware
simple
of it.
code, but it's the one I live by. Don't steal, so I aim to conquer. Don't kill your kin, and none have died in my attacks. Don't attack without cause, but I have more than enough cause.
Why do you have cause to attack your own people?
When my father passed, I was to become chief by right. But then my little brother challenged me for leadership of the Stronghold. 2 schemers put him up to it, as long as he'd make them hunt wife and forge wife. They knew I had no respect for them.
Losing your challenge doesn't excuse what you've done.
Not by my brother's skill. His future forge wife insisted we use matched weapons. As we fought, I grew lightheaded. My palms burned and I could barely keep a grip.
Oh.
But I fought on and was about to strike my brother down when my sword shattered.
You believe the blade was sabotaged?
No other explanation. The hunt wife poisoned the hilt, and the forge wife delivered a blade that shattered in its first melee. My brother must have known. Heard they died last month, some sort of fire. A shame they won't see me take my revenge.
Is there a way to avoid further bloodshed?
I don't see how. It's my birthright to rule, and my brother stands in the way.
Why rule over Barkbite Stronghold? Why not here?
What do you mean? Base my mercenaries out of this tower? It's a central location, certainly. Overlooks a choke point through all corners of the Valenwood. But no, I'm a Reman's Bluff orc.
Really?
Without a mind to work, I'd be nothing next to my brother.
Moramat said there was an Imperial mine nearby.
A played-out Imperial mine, I'd heard. And it's infested with trolls. Clearing them out will be no easy task.
You're not up to it.
I suppose if there's ore in the mine, I could leave my brother to rot in the Stronghold.
You could.
But I'd need proof.
I'll search the mine for ore.
And I'll send someone I trust to meet you at the mine. I can't just take your word on this. I'm sure you understand.
I
But
understand.
I'll hold my mercenaries back until we find out if there's ore in that mine. I give you my word.
Very well. Meet Gargak's ally in the abandoned mine. Well, Tans, looks like we have an abandoned mine to go check out. Let's go. Pretty sure he hasn't told his mercenaries not to beat the tar out of me yet. Ooh, I'll have that. Rough
Think
ruby
something
ash.
big knocked this over?
Think something... Yes, me. I'm huge. Can't you tell? No, I shouldn't be so mean to her. Actually, we're building up our rapport, aren't we? Let's grab that lady's smock. Now,
I
go
love the smell of a
in the
freshly picked
limelight.
flower.
I know you do. We make furs out of these. Troll fall down now.
Almost dozed off there.
Oh dear. She is such a show-off. Let's grab that water skin. We could do with a little bit more water in our backpack. I'm sure we only have a couple of thousand there. Salt rice sack. There we go. And a millet sack. There we go. Over this way. Abandoned iron mine. Let's check this thing out. We have an empty crate. We have... I know.
Didn't expect to see you again.
Well, you took your time, Rakaz.
I'm glad you came to your senses about Gargak.
He says
He
I
asked me to
have.
verify any ore we find, so here I am.
Let's
get this over with.
Let's go. I know. Saying the NPC's lines for them. Pretty sure they don't appreciate it. Or they wouldn't if they cared. Here's hoping I have no dropouts today. Slap that thing, Bear. It's getting on my nerves.
Show off. I love it.
Well, stop talking. More, less talky, more wacky. Okay? Alright, take this thing out. Need a bit of brutality, I think. I'm really not doing things right today. Let's go! Taking out. Bye, troll. Alright, where are we at? Alright.
Let's make some noise.
Make some noise. I'm not making the noise, it's the troll. He's a real whiner when it comes to being hit with a sharp pointy thing. Or the end of my staff for that matter. Pitch bile. Oh, my stomach just turned. I do not want to know how we just picked that stuff up. I know, I'm looking for chests. I just remembered this character can't see glowy chests because they don't glow. Hello, what's this? This looks good. Wait for Rakaz.
What do we have here?
Well, I don't know. You tell me. You're the ore expert. I just dig that stuff up and use
This
it
is
to make...
iron ore. I'll get
Yeah.
some samples. Go tell Gargak that with this ore, we'll have the finest weapons in Grahtwood.
Alright, Rakaz. She sounds happy, doesn't she? Let's just make sure that the troll isn't going to hurt her. No, the game has decided that that I need to come around to beat this thing up. Boom diddly-oom. Okay, let's go. Alright, here is hoping that I don't get beaten up by too many of his people, because something tells me killing his people is probably a bad idea. Ooh, we'll have that.
Look at you being resourceful.
Have you brought me proof? What did Rakaz say?
Rakaz says you'll have the finest weapons in Grahtwood.
She wouldn't say that lightly. With quality metal, I could rebuild this tower as a new home and drive my brother's tin profits into the ground. I'm an orc of my word. My quarrel ends today.
Good to hear. We have completed a chief concern. And Reman's Bluff. We've resolved the conflict in Barkbite Stronghold. Now, did we resolve it enough to not have to fight these guys every time we go past? Yes, we do, as long as we don't beat them up. I wonder if I can get in here. A ruined tower. Well, let's have a look at that thing then. What I'm looking for in here chests and books. So I'm pretty sure the other adventurers will have found any chests that are around here. I wonder if I can get over to there. Whoa! I missed the... Ow! My bad. Oh my gosh. Up we go again. Round the tower. Like a little mouse. I don't even know if there's anything on the other side, mind you. Ow! I know, Tan's like, listen, you just have to balance. I know, Tan, I know. It's easy, right? I don't think we actually can get up here, but it's worth the effort to find out. Oh, actually, I wonder if we can do it that way. Oh, not if I keep falling. All right. I think falling off the tower is enough. How are we going? Because we were going to move our patooties from Grahtwood into the next area. Let's have a look at our journal.
Can I have the petals, please?
Yes, you can have the petals. The Marithric collection. Where are we? We're in Grahtwood, aren't we? Who am I? Where am I? What have you done with Dolly? My bad. Alright, we do need to go and get this thing here. We have one more to undo. Karthdar. Alright. Let us... where Karthdar is. It's a house, yeah. Alright, so we've been pretty much all up here and all down here, so I would have to say Karthdar is somewhere there, maybe. Search the Tomb of Serpents. That looks promising. What am I searching the Tomb of Serpents for? Oh, well, we'll never know till we get there. Let's go and grab this Skyshard. It looks to me like... Alright, let's confirm our travel. I know we'll get there eventually. Elden Root Temple Way Shrine. And it's atop the falls, isn't it? So we were going atop, really? Up there? Pretty sure that's what it said. So for each little Skyshard, there's a clue. Alright, atop the falls that feed the temple. So we've just come into the temple and, alright, stolen starlight in wormy depths. Well, wormy depths. Depths would mean worm cult. Starlight. I wonder if there's a dungeon we haven't done yet. Probably. Unless, of course, it's a public dungeon. Maybe we haven't done. That's what we probably haven't done. Public dungeon. Alright. We're going to run up this way. Karthwood. It's two villages. I'm pretty sure. Alrighty. Alright. That was Tan's blowing up again. She does this quite often on a regular kind of basis. It's a bit disturbing. Alright, round the back. We'll just grab that. And then we're going to go up this way. Oh no, she's mad because we murdered her kitty. And, well, now she's gone to join him. Okay. Is that the treehouse we climbed? Like, there's the two guys in it? Yeah, pretty sure this is the treehouse we climbed. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so we know this treehouse. Look, I've been jumping off a tower. You don't think that's going to bother me, right? Rabido hide nodes, or in this case a foul hide node. And we're looking for a place that's atop the tower. So you might have noticed we picked up some saltwater bait out of that one. Oh wait, I see.
Please wait.
Hi, Alandis.
Oh, thank Ifre. I wasn't sure I would find anyone out here. My village needs help. The forest has turned against us.
Right, the forest has turned against you? What do you mean? What's going on?
I don't know how else to describe it. Spriggans and Sench just started tearing through our village in numbers.
Right.
We've had to take refuge in the sacred cave where we hold our religious ceremonies.
And what can I do?
Trethane Roland sent me to look for outside help. I don't know what he intends. He said something about a horrible crime. I think he thinks the forest is trying to exact justice for something. He's in the sacred cave with the others.
Alright, I'll go and speak with him. Karthdar. Help the people of Karthdar return to harmony with nature. Alright, let's just deal with these Sench.
Hey, it's your funeral.
What? Did you just distract me and get me beaten up by a Sench tiger, or is that my own stupidity?
And that's how it's done.
Alright, let me go, Emma. Atop the falls that feed the temple. And we are actually heading slowly in the right direction. There's Karthdar. Alright. So I need to turn a little bit more to my left. Well, of course. And there's my crystal symbol up in the top. I'm trying to avoid the tigers, okay? And the evil plants that eat you. I don't think I succeeded very well. Oh no, I did. Alright, second last Skyshard. Boom. Alright, now what are we doing? And Tans is... oh, hang on, it looks like I might have started that one. I know, I could blame Tans for everything, but it wouldn't be fair or true. Just cause I said so doesn't make it true.
That's like half.
Wait, Tans, we're collecting runestones. Pretty rocks. There we go.
Better full pockets than empty.
Alright. Let's go find Trethane Roland, who I believe is probably up a hill. So we're going to have to probably work our way around this cliff, or we could just go through this little hole in the river. With the ashwood. Right. Might be easier if I beat these things up. No, everyone should have a Tanloran to help them. Alright, Sench Tiger, one foul hide node. Ruby Ashwood, which is what we're here for. A little bit laggy this morning. Joys of living in the country. Actually, joys of the Australian internet, I think. Alright, wow, I thought I had to climb. I was very wrong. Let's search the barrel and the other barrel. Ah, someone already knows the secret of urns. I was hopeful. Alright, let's go. We do need to go into our journal and make sure we have Pact Advocate highlighted so that it's the one we're tracking. Trethane Roland.
I can't tell you how glad I am you're here. Something is horribly amiss.
I see.
And we can't leave this cave without fearing for our lives until it's put right.
So what exactly is happening here?
We are followers of the Green Pact, pledged to protect the forest from all harm. In exchange, the forest shapes itself to our needs. But now the forest has turned against us, stirring the Sench to attack us and driving us into hiding.
What could cause that?
Only a gross violation of the Green Pact could cause the forest to attack us in this way. My suspicions were confirmed when we entered this cave. We found the sacred blossom, Sanguine Alendo, cut from its stem. No wonder the forest is angry.
How can we find the responsible party?
The requirements for correcting a violation of the Green Pact are well established. 3 kinds of proof are required for judgment: witness testimony, physical evidence, and a magical omen. Without all 3, no judgment can be rendered.
Why haven't you collected these things already?
I've been able to narrow the suspects by talking to the villagers, but to gather more evidence, we'd need to leave this cave.
I see.
For as long as justice is denied under the Green Pact, the forest will destroy any of us who set foot outside this cave.
All right, I'll find the evidence of the Pact Breaker.
You have my gratitude. There are 3 suspects whose behavior has been called into question. Aranak, the Khajiit merchant, Spinner Eranas, and his wife Gathiel. I suggest talking to my people to find possible witness testimony before venturing into the town.
That sounds like a plan. Let's go. Orchalos,
So Trethane Rollin has you looking into the destruction of the sacred flower.
Yeah, got a problem?
I hope you understand this isn't just about a plant. The Green Pact defines us. Our whole way of life is based on it. I hope you take the investigation seriously.
Well, I'd like to ask you about the accused.
I'm happy to answer any questions you have, but I can tell you already that it was our spinner.
What makes you so sure it was the Spinner Eranas?
He's an alchemist. He makes unnatural concoctions with plants.
Oh
He
dear.
claims to never use anything forbidden, but everyone knows that alchemists need lots of herbs to do their work.
Sounds like a witch
I am
hunt already.
willing to testify against him for bringing this down on us.
What are your thoughts about Aranak the Merchant?
That merchant is harmless. He only gets what people ask him to acquire, and I've never seen him harm a leaf. If it weren't for him, we'd be cut off from the rest of the world entirely.
And have you noticed anything unusual about Gathiel, the Spinner's wife?
I won't stand any bad-mouthing of Gathiel. Sure, she's married to that alchemist, but she's nothing like him, rooting around in the dirt for dead leaves. The way she carries herself, her beauty, her refinement, she would never stoop so low.
You know what? My money is almost on this guy. Almost. Let's go talk to the others then. So we found one lot of evidence against Spinner Aranak. Neronnir?
I heard you've been made Pact Advocate. Is this true?
Yes.
I want to help in any way I can. The Green Pact is sacred, and the person who broke it must be brought to justice.
We'll get to the bottom of this. Do you mind answering some questions?
Anything to fix this.
Have you had any dealings with Aranak the Merchant?
Aranak's been in our town for years. Why would he suddenly decide to do this? Besides, the Pact is a special bond between the Wood Elves and the Forest. I don't think the Forest would react this way if Aranak were guilty.
And Spinner Aranas?
Aranis is a good man. He's the village spinner, so it's his job to pass on the stories of the Wood Elves and the Green.
Right.
I learned about the Green Pact from his stories when I was a child. He would never endanger the village, or break the Pact.
What about Gathiel, the Spinner's wife?
A real piece of work. Always scheming,
Oh,
that
dear.
one is. Spinner's wife or not, I'm sure she's guilty. She's been sick for weeks and just happens to get better the night the Pact was broken? I testify against her in a heartbeat.
Maybe it was Gathiel getting medicine for his wife because he was desperate and he loves her. Now deal.
So Trethane Rollin wants you to investigate the violation of the Green Pact. I don't see what there is to investigate. The culprit is plain enough, but I'm happy to help.
I'd like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
Ask what you want, but I think it's obvious who did it. That Khajiit has always held our traditions in contempt.
Well, what can you tell me about that Khajiit?
The night the Green Pact was broken, there was a terrible storm. I was sitting by the window, watching the lightning. That's when I saw that filthy cat sneak off into the woods towards the cave. I will happily testify against him.
Do you feel that strongly about Spinner Aranas?
Spinner Aranas is our guiding light. He helped heal my cousin when she got sick, and has always been a staunch defender of the Green Pact. It's offensive he's even under suspicion.
I see. How about his wife Gathiel?
Gathiel has her moments of ego, but she's a loyal member of this community. We were all praying for her during her recent illness, and were thrilled at her recovery. I don't think she's capable of this crime.
Right. Okay. Of course I'm looking for evidence. Actually, I'm also looking for books. So, please don't mind me. Oh, no, we're not stealing from the barrel. No, no stealing. Okay, this is not that game where you run around borrowing people's fast carts and not returning them. You know, the carts where they keep all the horsepower under a bonnet, in a box at the front. Seriously, I did try not to punish the forest for its stupidity, but okay. Oh, look at you, killing a tiger all by yourself. Pumpkin, tomato crate, chest. Alright, so this stage of the game with Tamrien where she's collecting
You're not bad with a lockpick.
things. Alright, let's just see if there's anything hanging. Ah, that's what I'm after. Garlic. Because it's a pain in the neck to find. So I don't have a lot of it on me. Ooh, well I'll have that. Now I've got a reason to sanitize things. Nickel. Now these are above, so there's got to be a way up to them. Probably this way. You know, along this nice convenient path here. Let's grab that.
Don't forget to check for bugs.
Oh, 10. Alright, they won't let me pass in peace. Vito hide scraps.
Like a true troublemaker.
Absolutely. You know me so well. Oops. So this is their village. I'm just thinking Green Hills Hall's finest brews. This is the inn. Recipes only. Because right now
I should stay moving. I might doze off.
sure, you do that, Tans. So all I'm looking for in here is just recipes. I could spend the money to sanitize them, or I could just learn them if I don't already have them. Fine, have it your way. I know, don't you ever get sick of killing monsters? Yeah, I do, but monsters don't seem to understand that if they left me alone, they could live. Okay. What's that one doing? Cooking with a wagon. I wonder if that's our merchant's wagon. Let's check it. Lightning charred rock. A charred rock sits next to the shattered cart of the Khajiit merchant, Aranak. It seems oddly smooth and is still warm to the touch. If the merchant's cart was struck by lightning, this could be a mystical sign of his guilt. Well, I'll pick that up just in case. Oh. Kashyyyk merchant's invoice. Flower of sanguine elendil to be deposited by the fallen tree near the river. Payment paid in full. Order status filled. He did do it. But he had an order to fill. Who placed the order? See, I am betting that basically they're all in it, all three of them. So the cat for stealing it, the and the male, maybe not the wife then, maybe it was the male wood elf. It's interesting how all of these pieces here, these are all search and not steal. And just in that one little space there, there's steel. Aha, going up again. The Spinner family house. Well, let's see what's in here then, shall we? Gathiel's diary. This wasting disease eats at me, taking a little more of me each day. It takes all I have not to give in to despair and self-pity. Why me? Why now? I'm young, and I've done my best to treat my neighbours with kindness, support my clan, love my husband, and care for the forest. It's worse when I see what this has done to poor Aranus. He doesn't sleep. He hardly eats. Day and night he's hunched over his workbench trying new mixtures with the dead plants he's gathered from the forest floor. I tell him he mustn't let his own health suffer on my account, but I can see how much it pains him to see me this way. Meanwhile, I grow weaker. My hand shakes as I write this. This morning I woke to my husband sitting over me. There were tears in his eyes. He gave me a potion to drink, but once again there was no change in my illness. It's useless. As long as he insists on keeping the green pack, the potions will never be potent enough, even if they are the right ones. It seems my husband has had the same thought. While he was gone today, I searched through his workbench. I found a book on rare horticulture. It fell open to a tear-stained entry on sanguine elendil, the sacred blossom, and its association with cures for wasting sickness. I know my husband. He would never cut the sacred flower, but I'm not willing to die when there's hope for a cure. The green pack can't be a suicide pact, can it? The forest is supposed to care for us. I'm too weak to harvest sanguine elendil myself, but I will find a way. It is done. I've arranged that my husband will find the plant already cut in the forest where he searches for dead flowers each morning. I have no regrets. Wow. So he would have used it knowing what it was, but not knowing... Well, it would have already been cut, so there would have been no law against it. Oh my goodness. Plant cutting. A large cutting of a vibrant but wilting plant lays here on the Spinner Aranus' alchemy stand. Most of the blossoms have been removed. Oh no. So all three of them, basically. Wow. Okay, let me just, I already know that one. I have a vague idea where that is. but it's in Blackwood, so it's not here. Alright. You know what? We haven't checked out the dailies. The daily things. Alright, so I found... I mean, I could go back and I could accuse Aranak now, but because he did take the flower. The spinner's sigil, a complex weaving of found fallen branches, is broken into several pieces and left in a pile. It's normally found above his door. This could be the mystical sign needed to accuse the spinner. Trithan Roland. Gathiel's astrology chart. The lady is the sign of indomitable will and unflagging health. When she shines, she smiles on the sick and makes them well and rewards those who persevere hardship. This is Gathiel's sign. It has been ascendant since the night the forest started to turn on us. An omen of her good health or something else. Yeah. I know, right? Let me just fix something here. Alright. So just occasionally you'll find advertisements popping up in your chat feed on for gold and things like that, for golden crowns. Do not take them. Okay, it's against your terms of service. So you can get plenty of gold by doing missions. Crowns but you might not be able to earn crowns, but you can earn seals, and seals will let you buy things in the store. Okay, so
That was fun.
because every day, let me just show you this. Every day, you guys get endeavors. By doing 3 tasks, you can earn seals of endeavor. All right, and every week you get a weekly endeavor. You can earn a lot more. These amounts will vary. You can go into your crowns.
Well met, and good fortune to you.
Not this guy
Until
here.
next time.
Until the next time. You can go into your crown store. Or you can either buy crowns through official venues like the Steam store, or you can earn your seals of endeavor and go into crown crates and have a look at some of the rewards here and just see if there's anything there you like. But you don't have to buy from some unscrupulous people who shouldn't be selling them. Rightio. Now, where are we at? These 2 gatekeepers. Bad gatekeepers. Oh, I know. Let's just kill these guys again. Clearly. There go the beetles. Murdering the Rubido live node. So this looks like our very last
You get
side
any
of interest,
cloth
isn't
from
it?
this?
Map. Okay, our very last point of interest is Karthdar. So we will have this finished today. Finishing the map. Alrighty, away we go. Finishing the map. La 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 la. Finishing the map. I know it hasn't been a long day actually. I've only just gotten up. But yes. Where is everybody? Oh, in here. Is there a way of
We
using
stand
what's
ready to hear your findings, Advocate. I encourage you to ask the suspects about any evidence you found before making an accusation.
I believe I have what is needed.
Remember, once you have made an accusation, you must present the supporting evidence as requested.
I need more time to decide.
I understand. This is not something to be taken lightly. Return when you have reviewed the physical evidence, witness testimony, and mystical signs. Remember, you can ask the suspects about any evidence you find as well.
Then let's do that. Suspects, where are they? No, I didn't see them before. Karthdar Protector. Ah, Aranak.
Please, it wasn't me. How could it be me? I am a Khajiit. Only wood elves can break the Green Pact.
How do you explain this charred rock next to your lightning-shattered cart?
Yes, there was a storm the other night, and storms bring lightning. What does that prove? I should have chosen a better place to keep my cart, that is all.
Thank you for the information.
Please, it wasn't me. How could it be me?
I found a book of invoices.
And if I did cut the flower, that does not solve the wood elves' problem. The Green Pact is their custom. I got an anonymous order for a flower and I filled it. I did not know the flower was sacred. The one who placed the order is guilty, not me.
Thank you.
Please, it wasn't me. How could it be me?
I have an eyewitness. He says you're creeping around outside.
I was out in the storm trying to clear away fallen branches and protect my cart. For all the good it did.
Thank you for the information.
Please, it wasn't me.
Spinner Aranas.
It's truly terrible what has come upon the village, but I promise I'm not the one responsible. It's my duty as Spinner to teach the children about the Green Pact. I would never violate it.
What do you think caused your sigil to break like this?
My sigil. It's unfortunate, but there was a fierce storm the other night. What's a tangle of dead branches against a gale like that? That's assuming the storm did it. Someone could have easily destroyed my sigil to make me look guilty.
Thank you for the information.
It's truly terrible what has come upon the village.
One of your
I
fellow
promise
villagers says that as an alchemist,
alchemy is not
use
a common
illicit plant
practice
material.
among wood elves, so it's understandable that there's some confusion. The only plant material I've ever used were leaves and flowers that naturally fell to the ground, as per our laws.
couldn't
It's
tell the
truly
stone was
terrible
cut.
what has come upon the village, but
How
I
can you
promise I'm not the
possibly
one
defend this
responsible.
cutting of the sacred plant
It's
that
my
I found
duty
on
as
your
Spinner
alchemy
to-
stand?
I know what it looks like, but I didn't cut that plant. I found it in the forest by the dead tree. It was already cut. I thought it was a gift from Ifrit to cure my wife of a wasting sickness. Please, you must believe me. It's truly terrible what has come upon.
Unfortunately, I do. This is our guilty party here, Gathiel.
I would never violate the Green Pact. I've lived by it all my life. It is unthinkable.
In your diary, you write that you'll do anything to recover from your illness.
How dare you? You read my most private thoughts and then hold them against me as evidence? Last I heard, thinking was not a crime.
As advocate, I was told to leave no stone unturned in my investigation.
So callous. How would you feel if you were dying? Wouldn't you seek a cure? Of course I looked for something that would help, but in the end it took faithful prayer and nothing else.
Thank you for the
I
information.
would never violate the Green Pact. I've lived by it all my life. It is unthinkable.
This astrology chart shows the sign of the lady was shining brightly the night the pact was broken.
Why, yes, that is my sign. And the sign of several others in this village. Surely it was shining because I was being blessed with good health after a period of such long sickness. I am still thanking the divines for choosing to spare me.
Thank you for the information.
I would never violate the Green Pact. I've lived by it all my life.
And
it is
one of-
unthinkable.
One of the other villagers said you recovered unnaturally quickly from a severe illness.
I was sick, yes. But my husband and I prayed to Ifrit, and she saw fit to heal me. I suppose to a jealous eye it could look suspicious, but it's not evidence of guilt. On the contrary, some might say Ifrit has rewarded our faithfulness.
Thank you for the information.
I would never violate the Green Pact.
Oh my god. Look, the Khajiit did take the cutting. To be true, but I think she instigated it. Truthane Roland.
We stand ready to hear your findings,
I
Advocate.
believe I have what's needed.
Remember, once you have made an accusation, you must
I
present
understand.
the... If
I'm
you
ready
are
to
truly
make it.
ready, please name the accused.
Gathiel, the spinner's wife.
You have formally accused Gathiel, the wife of our spinner, of breaking the Green Pact. Who do you have to stand in testimony against the accused?
I asked Neronnir to stand in testimony.
Citizen, please step forth as accuser. Advocate, what physical evidence do you have to present to us?
Gathiel's diary, detailing the intention to acquire sanguine elendil to cure an illness.
We accept this diary into evidence. Please place it on the table. Please present the final piece of evidence, an omen from the heavens portending the guilt of the accused.
Her astrology chart, showing the recent
We
prominent
accept this astrology chart into evidence. Please allow me a moment to review the evidence you have presented.
Of course.
After a careful review of the evidence provided to this court, I find the spinner's wife, Gathiel, guilty as charged.
I'm sorry. I'm so
Advocate,
sorry.
we have asked much of you in this terrible affair, but I must rely upon you for one final sacred task. Please escort the prisoner to the judgment chamber below.
Very well.
This isn't real. This is all a bad dream.
Follow me.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Come. I feel like I've made a horrible mistake. Horrible. I'd like to believe this chamber would not.
I didn't have a choice. It was just one plant. I would have died.
Blood for blood. It is done.
I didn't have a choice. It was just one plant. Okay. I wonder what would happen if we brought down someone.
It is done.
That's just freaky.
It is done.
So you can judge the cat for doing the wrong thing when he knew it was the wrong thing. Neronnir's journal. These are my secrets. Do not read them. They think I don't know, but I do. I can see their plots and schemes even as they hatch, slithering into the darkness. They dismiss me as a madman, which is all part of my plan. As long as they don't see me as a threat, they let their guard down and reveal their secrets. The doppelganger that replaced the tree thane months ago said he was off to meditate for a couple of days, but the way he said it tells me everything. He's meeting with his dark allies to plan an attack on the town. I'll need to be vigilant. No one else seems to notice we're on the brink of catastrophe. Even now the spinner's wife falls ill, which is clearly a dark omen that cannot be ignored. They continue to scurry around like ants, mindless of the coming storm. Open your eyes, Lance. I knew it. Last night was the beginning of the end. The full fury of nature came down to shatter our town for the hubris of its inhabitants. The winds howled, the lightning struck, and the creatures of the forest turned against us. The rest believe us safe, hiding in our desecrated cave, but they're wrong. I know what dwells beneath, and when it awakens, it shall swallow us whole. I don't know what form our destruction would take, but I see it clearly now. An outsider has arrived, offering to help us with our problems. Such a pathetically obvious ploy to gain our trust, but as always, I'm the only one to see it. If this supposed savior asks me, I'll pretend to go along, share some of the oddities I'm tracking to allay suspicion. As the outsider gains our trust, I'll also gain the outsider's trust. The first of us is led to slaughter. The evidence presented was laughable, but the sheep believed every word. The victim of that sham trial is being marched into the depths as I write these words. I'm certain it's just the first the outsider will dispose of. In fact, the outsider is probably coming back for me right this moment. I need to get out of here. Right. Well, that's not comforting. Treethan Roland.
You have done what we could not. You have restored us to the Green Pact. All is right, even if all is not yet well. Thank you.
Gathiel is dead.
Gathiel was the gem of our village. It's still hard to believe, but who could blame her for wanting a cure to her illness? The Green Pact is a harsh burden sometimes.
That poor spinner.
Still, we are grateful to you. You're welcome here anytime.
I wonder how it ends if you... if you choose elsewise. I know, this game is so sobering at times. You have restored the Green Pact to Karthdar. And I'm sad about it. But anyway. I mean, does the flower eat you, eat whoever you bring, and it doesn't matter as long as it gets to eat someone? Is that... And where is Nora thingy what's it? I know. Okay, have we finished the region? Okay, let's have a look. Into J for journal. No, into M for map. Why are we looking at Stonefalls? M for map. Thank you. Alright, we have not done the world bosses, and to be honest, I don't think we're strong enough to do those. However, we have finished everything else in this region. Pretty much, except I think for the fishing. Yeah, the Grahtwood Angler is still in progress. But this is this part done. So we've caught one fish out of everything. Oh my gosh. So bilious catfish. So 1, 2, 3, 3 foul fish. 1, 2, 3, 3 lake fish, 3 river fish, and 3 salt fish. Alright. However, I think our business is with the Queen, and we're going to head to Greenshade next, where the Staff of Magnus awaits us. Remember, we're still doing Cadwell Silver, so this is our second region. Our initial region was oh, okay, these are all yellow. Yes, our second region was there. Let's see where we need to be for the next one. I could probably just go J for journal, Staff of Magnus, M show on map. Looks like it comes off the yeah, off the side of the map. Alright, let's find our nearest way shrine. Actually, I think our nearest way shrine is at the bottom of these falls, at the Elden Root Temple. I wonder if I can jump over the falls and not die. There's only one way to find out. I'm not sure this is a good idea, to be honest. Okay, to answer your question, thank goodness, there is a deep enough pool right there that when we jump off we don't die. Wasn't that so much quicker? Alright, there's our next main story quest. Ah, yeah, we're leaving that. That's the side quest. Let's go. Oh, I don't believe I just did that. Alrighty, here we are at the Red Fur Trading Post, Way Shrine. We're about to jog our way into Greenshade, and the reason I'm doing it this way is because I'll pick up any side quests on the way through. Yeah, and here we go. Let's cross that bridge over the river, and across into Greenshade. We're taking this route. Okay, up here, up the top. Look at that. It's so good. I am taking a little detour because I am looking for a book, but I don't think there is one there. So we'll have this rough ruby ash
Sorry,
instead.
Tree. We need it your flesh chunk.
Flesh chunk. She worries me, that girl. I'm wondering if there's a chest, actually. Yeah, I always investigate the camps because there's usually a book or something there. I'm thinking I should probably go that way and check out a few things over there because it's like a little teeny tiny area, but we'll leave that for the moment. It looks like I've been there before if I've done that delve. Have I done the delves? Let me check. We have not done that delve. This is Wormroot's delve. This is our last Skyshard. Well, excuse me, but we are going to have to do that before we leave this region. However, it is getting quite late, and I believe it is time to finish up for the day. If you enjoyed the episode, please hit like. If you want to see more, please hit subscribe, and I'll check you later. Take care out there.